So you want to crack the code of the Arabic alphabet. I get it. It looks beautiful, a little complex, and maybe kind of intimidating. But what if I told you there's a simple shortcut to start making sense of it, like right now? All right, let's jump right in. Yeah, when you first see letters like these, it's easy to feel a little lost, right? They don't look like anything we use in English, and it's totally normal to think, where do I even start? It can seriously feel like you're trying to read a secret code. But you know what? Every code has a key. And the key to the Arabic alphabet is so much simpler than you think. Today, we're going to give you that key. We're going to skip all the boring memorization and get straight to the good stuff. So here's the big secret, the main idea for today. We're going to completely forget about memorizing the names of the letters. Seriously, just throw that idea out. Instead, we're focusing on the one thing that actually matters for speaking and understanding, the sound each letter makes. And that's really the core principle we're running with. When you prioritize the sound, the pronunciation, you start building the muscle memory for speaking and listening from minute one. It's a direct path to actually using the language, not just studying it. Okay, so that's the plan. But how do we even talk about sounds that we don't have in English? Good question. Turns out there's a really clever system that people use all the time in texting and online that's going to help us bridge that gap. It's called Franco-Arabic, and you can think of it as a bridge for English speakers. It's basically a way of writing out Arabic using the letters we know. But then, it uses a few numbers for those unique sounds that just don't exist in English. It's informal, yeah, but it's an absolutely amazing tool for learners. All right, pay attention because these are the two most important things you might learn today. The number 7, that stands for a throaty, breathy H sound, kind of like you're trying to fog up a mirror on a cold day. And the number 3, that represents a deep, guttural ah sound, one that comes from way back in your throat. Just keep these two in your back pocket. They're about to become your new best friends. Okay, you ready? Let's start meeting the actual letters. We're going to ease into it with group 1. I call them the familiar faces because most of these sounds are ones you already know how to make. All right, let's just run through these real quick. First up, this guy right here, alif. That's just a simple A sound. Easy. Next is ba, which is just B. Then we have ta, a soft T sound, ta. After that is tha, which makes that tha sound, like in throne. And finally, jim, which can sound like a G or a J. It just depends on where you are. See? Nothing to it. You already got these. Okay, so those were the easy ones. Now let's tackle our first brand new sound from this group. This is the letter kha, and it makes a sound we call kha. Don't worry, there's a fantastic trick for this one. And here's the absolute best way to get it. Think of that sound, that kind of scraping sound you hear in the back of your throat in the Scottish word loch. It's not a K and it's not an H. It's that scratchy sound right in between. Kh, kha. Go on, give it a try. Awesome. You're doing great. Now, let's dive into group 2. And this is where things get really interesting because we're about to meet the letters that go with those numbers we talked about. The 7 and the 3. Whoa, okay, lots to look at here, but don't worry, let's zero in on the important ones. See that one at the top, heh? That's our number 7 sound, 7a, that breathy H. And a few rows down, there it is, ein. That's our number 3 sound, 3 ein, that deep ah sound. You'll also notice there are some pairs here, like a soft S and a hard S. We'll get to what that's all about in just a sec. But for now, try the big ones with me. 7a, 3 ein. All right, let's just pause and stare at this for a second. I really want you to burn this into your brain. Seriously, if you can remember that the number 7 is the letter ha and the number 3 is the letter ain, you have just unlocked 2 of the most important, most characteristic sounds in the entire Arabic language. This is your key to the code. Okay, you ready for another really cool feature of Arabic? It's this whole idea of soft and hard letters. For a bunch of consonants, there's a regular, kind of soft version, and then there's a hard, or what we call an emphatic version. And the difference is all about where you're making the sound. Okay, just listen. Here's the soft T. Ta. Ta. Now the hard one. Ba. Ba. You hear that? It's like the sound got bigger, right? Deeper, fuller. Let's try it with S. Here's the soft one. Sa. And now the hard one. Sa. Sa. The hard sounds are made by lifting the back of your tongue. So, how do you actually do that? Let's try it together. First, just make a regular S sound. S. Now, keep making that sound, but try to lift the very back of your tongue up toward the roof of your mouth. S. 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 You feel that? The sound instantly gets deeper, more resonant. That's the feeling you're going for.
And this is a perfect example of that same idea. You've got kaf, which is, well, it's just a K, like in kitchen, nothing fancy. But then you have gof, and this one is a game changer. It's a K sound that comes from way, way back in your throat. It is so much deeper. Listen, ga versus ga. It's a huge difference. Okay, deep breath. I know that was a lot, but you've just absorbed some of the biggest concepts in Arabic pronunciation. So let's just nail down the key things to remember from all this.
So here are your keys to the kingdom. Number 1, always focus on the sounds, not the names, just for now. Number 2, use those Franco-Arabic numbers, 7 for ha and 3 for ain, as your secret weapon. Number 3, practice telling the difference between those soft sounds and the big, deep, hard sounds. And most importantly, listen to native speakers and repeat, repeat, repeat.
And that's it. Just like that, you've done it. These aren't just squiggles on a page anymore, are they? You've literally learned the fundamental building blocks of spoken Arabic. The code is already starting to look a lot less secret. So the only question now is, which one are you going to practice first? You going to go for that throaty 7, the deep 3, or maybe one of those hard, emphatic sounds? Whatever you pick, have fun with it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.